Hello, I'm Mike, and today I'm going to talk about sleep health. Sleep health has to do with more restful sleep, and the American College of Lifestyle Medicine has defined sleep as one of the pillars of health or healthy behavior. Better sleep can actually lead to decreased chronic conditions and possibly even reverse chronic disease, according to some studies. I was reading an article here called Sleep Health, Can We Define It? Does It Matter? It was written by a medical doctor in the Journal of Sleep in 2014 and published from the Sleep Medicine Institute and Department of Psychiatry, School of Medicine from the University of Pittsburgh. The author of this article proposed that we need to have a better definition of what sleep health is, because a lot of times the current medical approach is to actually treat sleep disorders and only see the anything that's wrong with sleep patterns. However, the general population would rather just have better sleep. And how do we know if we're having good sleep? How do we define that? Seeing sleep health from a more positive frame of reference, we see it as just that everyday, how does it affect our alertness, our ability to perform in the daytime, adapting to stressors, and recovering when we're sleeping. There are a few different models of wellness or health that the medical community uses. One of those is the medical or clinical model, which sees health as the absence of disease. Another is a wellness, which integrates body, mind, and spirit, and how that all, how it can be integrated. Then there's the environmental and adaptive models, talking about resilience and how we can adapt. And the World Health Organization also has a model which focuses on well-being. And the World Health Organization actually published a charter in 1948 which stated, quote, "Health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity." And that was about 75 years ago. They're already coming up with some idea of wellness, not just let's get rid of the disease or treat the symptoms. And what the author suggests is that definitions of sleep health would give us a better ability to know if we're getting healthy sleep. Perhaps there's different levels of healthy sleep, just like it's not just one or the other, you're healthy or you have a sleep disorder. But just like if we have a heart condition, or for people who are heavy smokers or poor diet or inactive with physical activity, there's different gradients or levels of cardiovascular health or respiratory health. It's not just you're healthy or you're diseased that need to be treated. What a definition of sleep health would do is give a better idea of where we are on that scale, if you will, and knowing where we need to go if we want to improve our quality of sleep. The author suggested that there are a few aspects which might contribute to a definition of sleep health. One would be the duration of sleep, how long they've slept, how easy it is to fall asleep and stay asleep, how alert we are when our day-to-day activities, which could also lead to reduced errors while working, just being more alert, maybe affecting us psychologically, and also a subjective satisfaction with the quality of sleep. Now, one measure of sleep or sleep health that the author suggested was a tool that's not validated, but it's a subjective measure of what a person feels their quality of sleep is. And the author calls it SATED, SATED, which stands for satisfaction with sleep, alertness during waking hours, T is timing of sleep, E is sleep efficiency, and then sleep duration is D. That's SATED. And that would give a self-reported measure of how well a person feels that they slept based on those criteria. Also, the author noted that one of the key ways to define sleep health is the absence of a sleep deficiency. Sleep deficiency, even though it's can be seen as separate from a definition of sleep health, in many ways, sleep deficiency is like the opposite of sleep health. That's one of the main ways to see if somebody's getting better sleep is if they're not deficient in it. And in conclusion, the author mentioned that people who are working in public health would be able to give better information to the public. Practitioners would better be able to inform, and it probably should be part of a health screening process or just a regular physical, just knowing how good a person's sleep is. Which seems to be coming more to light now that organizations like the American College of Lifestyle Medicine are noting that sleep is a big factor of health. And so instead of focusing only on doing sleep tests and treating sleep disorders, people would really want better sleep. Another note is that even the ancient or older practices like Ayurveda is another practice which acknowledges the importance of quality sleep. So I'd invite you to consider, what is healthy sleep for you? What is your quality of sleep like? And how important do you think it is for your health? And also, perhaps consider ways that we can improve our sleep health so that we can perform better, recover better, and feel better, and do more on our journey in wellness.